this is also in the news. Togbe Afede is in the news. The Agogo Mafia of the Asogli State has indicated that his recent move to refund the ex-Gratia paid him for serving on the Council of State between 2017 and 2020 stems from his general abhorrence to the payment of huge ex-Gratia to persons serving the country. The clarification comes after he rejected his ex-Gratia to the tune of some 365,000 cedis for a service he describes as part-time job. Togbe Afede served on the council in his capacity as the president of the National House of Chiefs. So he insisted that the payment was not to trap him, contrary to reports after he made a refund to the controller and accountant general. The latest of that story is that the Asogli State Council has described as misleading some of the allegations made by Metro TV's Paul Adomotri in his discussion of Togbe Afede, the 14th rejection of the ex-Gratia payment made to him. In a statement issued by the council, they challenged Mr. Adomotri to provide the council's register from which he compiled his numbers on Togbe's attendance at council meetings. According to them, those records are both incorrect and misleading. Along with other claims, they also said Togbe's rejection of the ex-Gratia payment was not a partisan political matter. So on yesterday during Good Evening Ghana, Paul Adomotri's program, he made some allegations against Togbe Afede, but the Asogli State has deemed it fit to respond to these allegations they describe as misleading, and they say they are all lies.
Why are you both humming?
We should be humming.
What is going on?
What's the who chorus about?
Wait, where are we getting all this money from to pay this huge amount of money? That's what, excess of 11 million Ghana cedis.
11 million to the 31
11 billion.
members.
Yeah,
Yes,
million.
It's million.
Yes.
It's 11 million Ghana cedis
Million,
and
yeah,
more.
million, yeah.
Where are we
11 million.
getting this money from? There are
Interesting.
children who are feeding with as little as 97 pesos.
Exactly.
97 pesos every day. Yesterday, the School Feeding Association, they were on the roads. The caterers were on the streets. And they were agitating because they're saying that if you're going to pay us for just how many days, 11 days or 16
out
days,
of the
then we will
68.
not,
Yeah.
exactly, then we will not continue to cook. We're asking for you to increase it to about 3 Ghana cedis. We're saying we can't do that, but we have money to pay ex-Gratia to people who only meet 4 times a year for 4 years.
Questions
And you
have
know,
been
when it
raised
comes to
on-
ex-Gratia, it's at the, under discretion of the president. And these people are supposed
No,
to...
it's in the constitution.
No, I get what you mean, but then also it says that whatever emoluments, of course, at the discretion of the president, when he puts together that emoluments committee
Right.
as well. So
They make recommendations and he can accept.
and he can
or
accept,
otherwise.
Well,
exactly.
there's a clause there that says it should not be reviewed to their disadvantage while they are in office. So
Exactly.
whatever happens.
So for me, it's just a worry that where's this money coming from?
Away from all of Article 112255, and the optics don't look good. If government is increasingly telling the ordinary Ghanaian man and woman, we're very extraordinary, by the way, we're not ordinary, to tighten our belts. We've been tightening and tightening, but on the other end of things, I don't see that sort of belt tightening at all.
Nah, none of it.
The optics don't look good. If we say we don't have money, we need to move in a direction that indicates that we don't have money. These are very trying times, very difficult times. And later on today, we'll be talking with young people who are living what they say is a hell.
So at the meeting at Peduasi to let the Council of State members slash the allowances, did we know that they were doing this for all of us to meet this news of some 11 million, hypothetically speaking, to be paid to
If he had not
all
returned
of them
it.
after allowances, they said were slashed. Well, it's
Remember
quite
that
dicey.
even MPs as well, at the end of the 7th Parliament, they were saying that we're not going to accept less than 600,000 each for ex-Gratia because the previous administration, we had gotten 600,000 or so. It was 297,000
Johnny
before.
really wants to buy.
So they said they weren't going to accept that. Where are we getting all this money from? And I know they'll argue and say that we spend so much money in our constituencies and all of that. But can we start being honest with ourselves, like you're saying? We should tighten our belts.
Tighten our belts.
But you are churning out this much
But
money.
you have no belt hooks.
How?
If your boss,
has
if your
not been
boss comes and
paid.
tells you, guys, I can't pay you this month because we have no money in our coffers, and you see him coming to work the next day in a Benz, in a limousine, in a
Yeah.
V8, will you believe that there is no money in the
We
coffers?
increase public service workers'
too
salaries
early,
by
guys.
4%.
It's too
4%, eventually to 7%. But we're saying we don't have money. Ghanaians are paying more for e-levy so that we can raise money to fix roads, we can raise money for cybersecurity and all of that. But some people are there and they just get over 300,000 Ghana cedis for sitting for 4 times a year for 4 years. Wow.
I understand that.
Wow.
Boom. Bam.
So if he has returned it, will the others return it too?
But they are not obliged to do that.
I'm just asking. I mean, imagine we're together and Helen returns his.
Well,
now I start feeling guilty.
well,
like, hey, what's going on? You return yours.
So you know, it takes me back to the first lady and that salary.
Yes.
Blah blah. You know, it takes me back to it that I have returned my money.
Mine.
So the question is, what other benefits are being returned? Because
according to
you see, we're only talking about Ex-Gratia now, okay? Because Togbe Afede has brought his money. But if you do even a calculation of the Ex-Gratia, they earn about 27 or 26,000 or 28,000 or so, around that figure, a month.
A month, yeah.
Now, put together that 12, 48 times 48. It will not even, the Ex-Gratia is more than that. So they get paid that money every month, and then when they are leaving, we add it. So they have security, they have garden boy, they have cook, they have...
I mean, how? And
So,
you know, I mean, if you retain your seat in Parliament, you're still paid Ex-Gratia for the previous administration.
You retire every time.
Even though you come back to Parliament.
Boom.
I mean, how and why? Because we are not saying anything. Everybody's just saying boom. And
Bam.
I find it very, honestly, I find it very disturbing.
Please go on and do hashtag.
Which one are we doing? Boom or the whole show.
Johnny wants
Oh
to bite on this. But the story is developing. We'll bring you more on that after the Asogli State also responded to allegations made by a broadcaster calling the allegations as lies. So keep an eye on that story. You can see the statement released by the Asogli State on your screens shortly, where it is denying the allegations made by Paul Adomotri that there's more money for Togbe Afede to respond. I'll quickly walk you through some portions of the statement. It says the numbers presented by Paul Adomotri on Togbe's attendance at meetings of the Council of State are both incorrect and misleading. It says the council had 3 committees, one of which Togbe chaired, the Economy and Special Development Initiatives Committee. It says Togbe did not take a loan from government. SG Bank offered commercial loans to council members, which Togbe has fully repaid. Togbe presented himself as a resident of Accra and did not claim any transport allowances from the council. It says Togbe did not say the ex-gratia payments were illegal. He believes part-time work by senior citizens should not merit ex-gratia payment by a poor country. So that statement is from the Asogli State, signed by Stephen Tete, Secretary of the Asogli State Council.